Radio. I am your host, Jen Jackson, and I'm here to tell you I have missed you guys. I am very happy to be back and happy to be doing another season with you. And I have to say, we have an amazing itinerary planned for 2012. The professionals against prohibition who will be joining us this year are some of the most powerful forces in the movement today. And we are kicking it off with a very special Mother's Day weekend. We have 3 days, 3 shows, and 6 absolutely amazing guests. Now, let me just tell you who will be joining us here over the next 3 days. Coming up, we have Kim Russell from People United for Medical Marijuana, and she will be revisiting us in just a few minutes. We'll be catching up with her and finding out what Puffum has in the works for this year. Later, we will be joined by Lieutenant Diane Goldstein from Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. Diane will be sharing her story as a mother, as a law enforcement officer, and now as a retired law enforcement officer and anti-prohibition activist. So that should just be an amazing testimonial. And afterwards, yes, we have a triple threat today. We have Gretchen Bergman, founder of Moms United, and she will be here with us to share the new developments happening in the organization over there. Um, I want to tell you who's going to be on with us this weekend, because we have such an incredible lineup. The women that we have on the show this weekend are such powerful forces in the movement. And hopefully, if I share with you who's going to be with us, that will give you the opportunity to Google them, research their groups, and get a little background knowledge because you are just going to be amazed. We're so fortunate. Valerie Corral from the Women's Alliance for Medical Marijuana will be joining us. If you know anything about Valerie or the Women's Alliance for Medical Marijuana, you'll know just what an incredible force she has been in the movement. And we also have Betty Aldworth joining us. And Betty is the new director of the Women's Marijuana Movement, but Betty is also the, I would say, the driving force and the initiator of the Colorado Initiative 64, and that is to regulate marijuana like alcohol. And we're all very excited to see where that is going. And we, of course, wish her the best of luck and all the support on that initiative. And on Sunday, we have a very special guest, someone very dear to my heart. I've never met her, let me make that clear, but I am familiar with her studies and her work, and I've probably mentioned her a dozen times last season, but Dr. Melanie Dreyer will be here with us. And of course, she will be revisiting the 1984 Jamaica studies done on cannabis use in women during pregnancy. And of course, they also followed up with monitoring the effects of the cannabis use or not on the children and how that affected them developmentally. So very excited. That's definitely going to be a show that you do not want to miss. I also want to let you know that we will be making a special announcement on our Mother's Day show. So I do hope you are able to join us. If not, certainly do visit our archives, and our shows are available for you to access at any time. So without further ado, let's move forward and bring Kim Russell from People United for Medical Marijuana on the line now.
Kim, are you there?
I am.
Well, hello. Thank you
Hi,
so
Jen.
much for coming back. We are so happy to have you.
I love being on. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Well, happy Mother's Day to you.
Mhm. And to
Yes,
you.
thank you so much. Well, Kim, we are here today. Our big focus for Mother's Day, of course, is breast cancer awareness. More importantly, cannabis curing breast cancer and so many other cancers. So I know that with your group, People United for Medical Marijuana, you're very familiar with this topic, and with Rick Simpson and his story. So what I'd love to do is get your, I guess, your perspective on cannabis curing cancer, and we'll talk about some ways that perhaps we can promote awareness of it.
Mhm. Wonderful. Yeah. I mean, I think the amazing things about the cannabis plant are yet to be discovered. I think curing cancer is just the tip of the iceberg. I really think it's going to prove to be, I mean, eventually it's going to be a staple, not only in our diets for the nutritional benefit of it, but pretty much, every disease can benefit from the use of cannabis. So I'm just excited to be involved in the industry and to help get the laws changed.
Yeah, it is amazing once you really start digging, and you start realizing all the benefits it does have with so many other diseases. I came across I think it was a website with it was results of government studies, and it was just blowing me away to see the effects that it was having in so many different areas with so many different debilitating diseases. It's from everything from autism to cancer. So it's something that more people really need to be aware of. Step outside of the stigma and get educated. So,
Absolutely.
I know that's what you're all about. That's what we're all about. So let's really, as mommies. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, we're trying to create a safe environment for people to be able to do that, to support a campaign or an issue without having to be related to Cheech and Chong or a pot leaf, or, I mean, there's real professional, normal people out there getting medicated and not harming anybody.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Kim, tell me about some of the things that your group is doing right now to promote awareness and just to gather support around this issue.
Yes, we have just launched a new marketing campaign. It's called idosupport.org. It is going to be the one place where the 80% of Americans that believe in with medical cannabis can go to get educated on the subject. There's many confusing things out there when somebody, I know your audience is not this way, but we need to get out there and reach all those other people that do not know a whole lot about cannabis. So we're trying to create a safe environment for them to do that with the idosupport.org. Nothing on there talks about ending prohibition and full legalization and all that stuff. We only concentrate on patients and education. And I think it's just going to be the turning point in really getting the laws changed. It's going to give people an opportunity to say, I do support medical cannabis in a safe way.
Yes, I hope so. I think it's a great platform to do that. And, I think it's really important, again, for people to get over the embarrassment. I think that, or I found this in my own experience anyways, I'm always, even myself, I'm a little nervous approaching someone on this topic, someone that I don't know well, or I don't know exactly what their opinion or experience with cannabis is. But I find that once I take myself out of the equation, realize that the message is more important, and actually follow through with introducing the information to them, they're very, very receptive, more so than I would have thought in a lot of cases. And again, you have to keep in mind that when you're sharing this information, there is no hidden agenda. This is not a ploy to get recreational marijuana legalized. Although I don't
Right.
see anything wrong with that. I think it's a civil rights issue, and I think it should be a person's prerogative, especially
Absolutely.
knowing what we know about it, with it being less harmful than tobacco and alcohol. But what I will say is, again, it's important to, I do things, I stop people on the street. If I hear cancer in a conversation as I'm passing someone, I back up and I will approach a complete stranger and say, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I heard, and let me share this with you. And, I think that once we take it to an everyday conversational level, the taboo starts to diminish away and that outer layer starts to fall off. And then you get to the core of the issues, the real issues. Once you get past the stigma of it, you get to the issue, and then you can begin educating.